part of this portion is working with what they call alternate interior and alternate exterior. So we had to understand the concept of the interior and the exterior to be successful for this next part. So when a transversal intersects parallel lines, alternate interior angles are congruent and alternate exterior angles are congruent. So what does that mean? So here's our transversal. Okay, these would be our interior angles that are identified in red and blue there. What they're saying is if I knew that this angle measure right here was say 10 degrees, that on the alternate side, basically diagonal from that, on the alternate side of that parallel line or that transversal line, this is also 110 degrees. Okay, and you'll be able to go through and solve these, but just in case we ever come across where they're talking about alternate interior and alternate exterior, they're your inside and they're on the opposite, like the diagonal side of that transversal. Okay, so exterior, these are our exterior angles. So see how I've got the opposite side of the transversal, the diagonal side, these would be equal to each other right here. If I knew one of them, then I would know the other. And yes, there's other methods of solving it, but every once in a while, they're going to actually be just asking you to identify if it's an alternate interior or an alternate exterior angle. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice a little bit. Once again, that alternate means on the alternate side or the opposite side of the transversal. Okay, so it says identify the alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. So let's focus on the interior first. Okay, so where are my interior angles? Right here. That are inside of this box. Okay, alternate. They're diagonal from each other on the opposite sides of the transversal. So this 4 and 3. Those would be alternate interior angles. Angles 4 and 3. Okay, so then my other set would be these two, angles 2 and 5. Okay, these are going to be like 2 and 5. If I knew 2, I would know that 5 was the same angle measure. So alternate exterior, those are the ones on the outside. So on the opposite side of the transversal, on the other side of the thing would be 1 and 6. And then obviously this 59-degree measure and this 7. Okay, so that's just working with identifying those alternate interior, alternate exterior. So let's try another one. Okay, identify your alternate interior and alternate exterior. Now I'm very visual, so I like to go ahead and identify with a box. Here's my interior angles. Those are ones inside of the box. So alternate, they're on the alternate side or diagonal from each other. Okay, 5 and 4. And that means 3 and 6 are alternate. Okay, so now when I work off of the ones on the outside, so my red numbers there, well, 1 on the opposite side of the transversal, on the opposite side of the parallel lines, 1 and 8. And then the other set would be 7 and 2. Okay, so they're on the alternate or the opposite side of that transversal. All right, so here it says the photo shows a portion of an airport. Describe the relationship between each pair of angles. So when we look at angles 3 and 6, so I'm going to circle them. So 3 and 6, first of all, are they interior, exterior angles? Well, here's our our parallel lines. Those are on the outside, so they would be some sort of an exterior. Okay, now when I look, they're on the opposite sides of this transversal right here. So those would be alternate exterior angles. So now let's go ahead and look at 2 and 7. So 2 and 7, well, they're inside of our parallel line, so they're interior angles, and on opposite sides of the transversal there, so that would be alternate interior angles. Okay, so that's it for this part of the lesson. It's just having you work a little bit more with those interior, exterior, and then the alternate interior and the alternate exterior. I know those alternate ones are kind of confusing, but just remembering that when it's interior, they're the ones inside of the parallel lines. When it's exterior, those are the numbers or the angles outside of those parallel lines. And then also when it asks for the alternate, that would be identify that, like if it's interior, identify your interior angles, and then you're going to go on the alternate or the opposite side of that transversal, also working diagonal. Okay, when you have alternate interior and alternate exterior angles, their degree measures are equal in measure.